Okay, thank you so much for joining me here at the live desk. I am Janae Hancock. It is officially Friday, July the 14th, so we officially made it to the weekend. A lot of us, unless you are kind of midway through your week, you're almost there, so that's the good news. Right now, I do want to bring in the people that I will be interviewing today. We are actually joined by Mary Catherine Wirt. We'll get to who she is here in a bit, but we are also joined by Dan Haley. He is the Scholarship Committee Chair at the Black Community Fund. I want to thank both of you all for joining me here at the live desk today. How are you guys doing today?
I'm good, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Of course, of course. And Dan, how are you doing?
Wonderful. Glad to be here. Thank you for having us.
Of course. Now, I did mention that you are the committee chair of the Black Community Fund. I do want to ask you, for people who are not aware, what is the Black Community Fund and what do you guys do for the community?
The mission of the Black Community Fund is to provide leadership and financial support for the socioeconomic aspects of the African American communities in Greater Kansas City.
All righty.
So we do through scholarships and grants primarily.
Yeah, and so you guys actually just hosted an event yesterday. I do want you to just touch on that and your role within that event. I do know that you guys awarded 40 African American students with college scholarships totaling up to $176,000. How does that make you feel to be able to do that for the community?
Incredible. I'm so glad to be blessed to be part of the Black Community Fund and for our community to be able to serve 40 Black scholars from the Kansas City metropolitan area. $176,000 sending Black kids off to college. Wonderful. Great feeling.
And so, Mary, you are actually one of those students. I do want to bring you into this conversation. What does the scholarship mean to you?
This scholarship means a lot to me, especially with the recent overturning of college decisions on affirmative action by the Supreme Court and Missouri legislators specifically talking about removing race-based scholarships from colleges. It's really important to have organizations and scholarships like this to help the socioeconomic disposition of Black students like me.
No, for sure. And I know we kind of talked about it before we went live, but I do want you to touch on what are your plans and what do you plan to do with that scholarship money?
Yes, I plan to go to college at Carleton College, and I'm majoring in English, hoping to pursue journalism.
Love that for you. And you actually, you touched on the affirmative action. Speak a little bit more about that and how that has impacted you so far.
Yes, I think especially because I'm going to a private university, I have a lot of friends going to public universities such as Mizzou who are extremely concerned about whether or not they'll be able to pay for college next year, as the university has touched on the fact that they may not be providing them after their first year. So it's especially hard to hear from my friends themselves and them saying that they just might not be able to finish their degrees.
And so, Dan, knowing all of that, how did that really make things different for you guys going into last night's event? Was there a different tone going into this event, knowing that you were going to be awarding these students with that amount of money for their future?
I think the tone from recent events has solidified our mission and our commitment to African American Black scholars. As you can see, it's very important that as a community, as Black philanthropists, that we continue to support our scholars as they go through a college education, especially when you look at universities around the country that may be turning away from giving the same level of financial support to African Americans in college. So for us, we've always been committed and we're just even more galvanized, if possible, if I could say that. That's the tone.
Right. And so for the viewers who are just now joining us, we are speaking to a local organization and just kind of shining a light on them as they go beyond the headlines, I should say, and really just taking a deeper dive into what they do for the community. Now, Dan, I know I read the website, you all's website, and I saw that you all are asking students to do community service. Why do you all feel that that is so important, especially for students that are going to go into college?
I think it's important to start early with the mindset that you have a responsibility to reach back and pull others up. If you've been given an opportunity to succeed, if you've been given financial support to move forward through your college endeavors and through your future success and accomplishments, you should realize at the very beginning that after you do achieve a level of success, that you need to be looking back and pulling others up. Like you were given this opportunity, we hope that you will go forward to give others that opportunity as well, whether it's making donations or whether it's giving the time through mentoring, but be involved. Help another African American kid to succeed.
Being involved. Okay, so Mary, what did you end up doing for the scholarship? What was your community service?
Yes, my community service was working with national parks and teaching lots of students about different heritage crafts and stuff for the Blue Ridge Parkway.
And so, Dan, this was just a kickoff event last night, but you guys have more events coming your way. Is that correct?
Yes, this year marks our 40th year for the Black Community Fund. We started in 1983 with a donation from the Howell Family Foundation. And so this year we'll have our 40th anniversary gala, and that will be August the 12th, and that will be at the Midland Theater. And for our guest speaker, we're going to have Soledad O'Brien. So tickets will be available.
Perfect. And we are going to speak a little bit later about how the community can get involved. But Mary, I want to bring you in again and I want to ask you to speak a little bit more about how this program has really impacted you and what you have learned and what you hope future generations who will take part in the scholarship program, what you hope they take away from it as well.
Yes, the biggest thing I have learned from this scholarship and the organization is the fact that serving your community is probably one of the most important things you can do. Whether it's through time, money, or your skill set, you should always be planning on giving back to everyone else because it's your community who gives to you. So I think, especially to future generations, make sure to play an active role in your community and do your best to leave the next person at a better spot than you were.
I love that. I think that is an amazing takeaway. And for our viewers who are just now joining us, I do just want to, again, shine a light on what you all did last night. The Black Community Fund awarded 40 African-American students with college scholarships totaling to $176,000. And right now, we are taking a look at one of those recipients. This is Mary Catherine Wirt, and she has big plans for the future. Dan, I do want to bring you in one last time and ask you, what are the requirements for students who are looking at this now, or they'll take a look at it a little bit later, but how do they get involved?
So basically you just have to fill out the scholarship application, have at least a 2.0 for consideration, agree to do community service hours, and give back to your community. We're looking for young people that are looking to go forward in life and be successful and through their college endeavors, and we're here to support them.
And you all are definitely giving them hope. Again, I just wanted to go beyond the headlines and kind of shine a light on what you all did yesterday and what you all will continue to do. I do want to thank both of you all for joining me, Dan and Mary, here at the live desk. Do you all have anything else that you want to leave for our viewers before I let you go today?
Thank you for allowing us to be on today and talk about the Black Community Fund. During this environment that we're in, it's very important that we have organizations like the Black Community Fund to support our Black scholars as they move forward and become successful in society and the rest of the world.
All righty, Mary, what about you? Do you have anything else you'd like to touch on?
Yes, I just hope that the Black Community Fund and their scholarship inspires more Black students to further their education and just pursue their dreams.
Perfect. All righty. Well, you heard it from them. Thank you so much for joining me here at the live desk. I am Janae Hancock, and we will definitely leave this video up on all of our streaming platforms so you can check it out if you joined a little bit late, but they are touching on some gems here at the live desk. So again, thank you so much. I will be back a little bit later with your news updates as far as local and national news, and we'll also take a look at another weather update, or as our weather team is actually tracking some severe storms later on this afternoon. So be sure to join us. And here is a live look overlooking Kansas City right now.